What's good, everybody? It's Curtis King and CurtisKingBeats.com. But if you've been a subscriber of mine, you already knew that, and you've heard this 1,000,001 times. But for those of you that are new, thank you for joining me today. If you're wondering who I am, well, my name is Curtis King. I am an artist as well as a music producer, and I've had the opportunity to produce for some heavyweights such as Kendrick Lamar, Ab-Soul, Murs, E40, Glasses Malone, Mac 10. I've had the opportunity to even produce scores for commercials for brands like Van Skateboarding, for music stations like MTV and VH1, but that is only a fraction of what my story is. Those are the high points. What about the low points? Let me tell you something about the way that today at 32 years old, how I view a lot of my heroes. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because I know that their story was a lot more than just their highlights. Most times when you see interviews with people who have succeeded in this life massively, they kind of glance over the most difficult times. And maybe that's done subconsciously, maybe it's done consciously because it hurts them, but those are the stories I needed to hear. I need to hear about those times that my favorite producer thought they weren't gonna make it, and that they didn't have enough, and that they didn't want to do this anymore, and that they hated what they did even though they knew that they loved it at their core. I needed to hear those stories. So instead of me complaining, I created a book where I told those stories. The book goes from my journey of making beats in my grandmother's patio on a PlayStation with a little game here called MTV Music Generator. A lot of you may recognize this. That started my production career and it changed the next 15 years of my life. I went from making beats in my grandmother's patio and her telling me, keep it down, boy, all the way to present day. I'm 32 years old and I am the owner of CurtisKingBeats.com, which is a 6-figure business. I couldn't see that. There was many a times where I couldn't afford toilet paper, man. There was times where I got a placement and couldn't afford the magazine that my name was in. Can you imagine? You know, many times I looked at my music career as a jetpack shooting off into the sky. Everybody's seeing it. Everybody's like, yo, you have such great potential. Meanwhile, nobody even notices that I'm almost on E when it comes to the gas. For more than 10 years, I was out here pursuing placements. I was jumping into beat battles, doing whatever it required for me to get my name out there. And in this book, I take you through every single walk of why I did what I did. In the book, every chapter is named after another part of the beat making process. So you have the kick, of course, you have the melody, you have the hi-hats. And what I did was use those titles symbolically to paint a picture of my career. So let me give you an example. For instance, I have the kick chapter. And then I have a quote from my buddy Awesome that says, the kick is the heartbeat of the drum loop. So then I pose the question, what is the heartbeat of my grind? What is the foundation of why you go so hard? These stories are going to entertain you. These stories are going to make you cry. These stories will inspire you beyond measure. When you get your hands on the Prosperous hip hop producer, not only will you imagine it, but you'll see the mindset that I was in. You will see how all these situations built my resiliency, how it built my strength, how it built just an unstoppable force that is my heart and that is my focus. I want to share that with you. This is about me sharing some never before told stories that I was almost embarrassed to tell, because I didn't know how it would make people view me. But I need to share with you these stories so that you, as you go through your own trials and tribulations, understand that you're not the only one. I'm hoping that through these massive mind shifts that I've had within the last 3 years that really helped me in my business tremendously and helped me personally, I hope that I can share through the lens of somebody who didn't know any better that you too can make it. You too can be achieving your dreams. Look, every single day I wake up and it's my job to make music. That's my job. You're gonna get stories that really shape for you. Why does Curtis King work the way he works? What kind of a mindset does it take to get to my favorite rapper? What kind of a mindset does it take for me to be completely separated from the herd of other producers that are trying to make it in this business? I answer the question of how you can become your own, what I call producer-nor. Producer and entrepreneur combined together. When I started off on this journey, I thought everything was all about working harder, work harder, work harder. And as I got older, I realized it was really work smarter. Reading this book is going to give you a courtside view into having success like you've never had before. If success is not a big deal to you, don't get it. If waking up every day and having a job of your dreams is no big deal to you, this is not for you. But if you want more, the Prosperous hip hop producer is for you. Visit CurtisKingBeats.com and reserve your copy today. Thank you.